Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 27th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early, had to clean up another mess from my dog, but it wasn't too bad this time, luckily. So I got the dogs all out, got them all taken care of, got the mess cleaned up. I was up pretty early, so went ahead and just hung outside with the dogs for a little bit in the morning. Outside with them, trying to keep the house quiet for everybody else here, and went ahead, had a couple of little things to get done, nothing major. From there, got them all fed, basically chilling out with them, hanging outside, had the printer running. I ran out of filament on a 14-hour long print, so I had to switch that over, but it happens. Luckily my printer has a filament run out device on it, so it doesn't just ruin the whole print. Works out pretty well, so I'm pretty excited that I was able to save it at least. So got that done. Got a couple of little things printed. Printed a couple little pins that go in this big Star Wars Stormtrooper blaster I'm making for somebody. That the pins they had originally designed for it were too big, didn't fit in the hole. I'm not sure if my printer's off just a smidgen, or if they want them that tight, and I don't want to have to beat them in with a hammer because they're gonna have glue in them anyway. Now, if you're planning on taking them apart over and over again, you want a compression fit where for shipping and stuff, this thing's gonna be assembled once, bondoed, sanded, primered, and painted. Won't ever come apart again. There's room for glue in there, and if you have it that tight, there's no room for the glue to actually hold up, so you're technically not doing any good with those pins and glue together. So I went ahead and I printed off a couple different sizes to see if I wanted it like 95% reduction or 90% reduction or whatever it was going to be. So hopefully get those figured out, which one's best. We can go from there. But had a couple of little things. It's funny, I got been bombarded the last couple of days now with last minute bookings for dogs. It's crazy. I don't know what people are thinking. It's a holiday weekend, we're busy as all get out, and you're waiting until literally I want to drop my dog off in an hour. And especially when it says things like non-neutered and not necessarily friendly with other dogs and stuff, I'm like, you got your damn mind. What's wrong with you people? If I had one that basically yesterday had hit me up last minute for a young German Shepherd, and I was like, okay, we'll see how it goes, and went ahead and did the meet and greet, and it went fine. So actually came by, dropped the dog off. Dog's a wonderful dog, getting along wonderful. Had one of the other dogs I'm watching, little boxer, decided to get super aggressive on her and started trying to really go after her way aggressively. So Cooper got yelled at and really got in trouble and got separated for a little bit. However, we got settled in and introduced them back out together. And I'm just not leaving them alone together, because if it happened once, it can happen again, and I don't want to worry about it anymore. So just if I'm not out there with them, then they're being separated out just because it's not worth it. So I also had another client reached out, want to drop their dogs off today, and what the hell? And it's a 13-year-old and an 8-year-old dog. I'm like, well, maybe. So I said, just last minute. So no, I always do meet and greets first, especially with many dogs I have, and the pack of dogs I had were kind of already on the verge of not getting along the most splendid. I didn't want to add more dogs to it. So they're playing good, but I don't feel 100% comfortable with them yet. So I didn't want to, mess with it. Only 2 of them I've ever even watched before. The rest are all new. So it makes me extra nervous when I don't have more lead time of how the dogs interact over the longer stay, especially at night. It becomes an issue. But they wanted these dogs to watch for daycare, and I was like, no, I don't. Still, I'm messing with it today, dude. It's holiday weekend stuff. Maybe in the future, if you have more time, you can plan better, do better with your life planning. And they're like, well, what about tomorrow? And I'm like, well, I still need to do a meet and greet. So they agreed to come do a meet and greet and set it up. Came over for the meet and greet, which I did, and out hops a couple, pit bull mixes that I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was getting these 13-year-old and 8-year-old Labradors, and they show up these pit bull mixes. I'm like, what the hell's going on? These things are not old. I'm like, what's happening? She's like, oh, I clicked the wrong dogs and blah, blah. And it felt a little bit like a bait and switch, but the other 2 dogs are supposedly dead and they haven't taken them off the app. And I'm like, really? So you don't mind looking at your old dogs constantly? I think what they're probably doing is leaving those 2 dogs up, show up for the meet and greet, and then once you meet their dogs, you're like, okay, cool, whatever, and you move on with it. Where if the people saw the pit bull mix, they probably wouldn't even do the meet and greet, which really shitty, but they're already there. Went ahead to the meet and greet. Dogs were good. Dogs actually are surprisingly good dogs. And I told them I said I can do it tomorrow, so we're gonna drop off in the morning, and I'm gonna watch them tomorrow. But just still that whole concept of I know it's not a mistake. It happens, and even they kind of hum-hawk back and forth with each other about how could that mistake happen type thing. I was like, whatever. So, but yeah, we got that done. Meet and greet, like I said, went fine. Hung out with the dogs the rest of the day, just hanging around. My wife went and did some errands. I had to go run. Got some stuff taken care of. Went grocery shopping and all that good fun stuff. Everything was good to go there. Got back, and then hanging around. We were gonna go. I guess there's like a laser light show thing, whatever. We were gonna go do, and she wanted to go, so I was figuring out where to put the dogs and how to go about it and all that good fun stuff. And as we were discussing who's going to go where, what dogs we're going to put in what spot and whatever, she decided she didn't want to go with them in parking and stuff. It's at a different park. It's not Hawks Park. She thought it was down by the Intercoastal, and Hawks Park has horrendously shitty parking. I told her, I said, well, Mom's going to stay on with the dogs. We're going to separate them out here and here and here, and then we can go if you want to go early. I don't really care to stay and watch the light show per se, but wouldn't mind going down and checking out the food truck scene and kind of the rest of the event and kind of hang around a little bit. And I said, worst case scenario, when I get bored, I can come back and you and Mom can go back and watch the light show if you want. And she decided she didn't want to go at all. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, if you want to go down and watch the whole light show and stuff, that's fine. But usually it's just so stupid loud and a bunch of crap I don't really care to listen to type of music. So, but I was like, we can still go and have a good time for a short period of time of it. But she chose not to, so we just had to hold it. Went and got my run in, got myself a shower, had myself a nice little dinner, watched a little bit of Seinfeld, headed back outside, and it was chilly enough this morning that I actually had on like pants and long socks, and it was cold, but it warmed up nicely throughout the day and turned out to be a beautiful weather. So absolutely gorgeous. Had myself a couple nice cigars. Got another shipment of cigars in. I ordered a whole bunch of cigars that when you bought the cigars you got a $20 gift card, and I ironically used a bunch of $20 gift cards to get these. So I basically ended up with more gift cards than I started with. Paid a little bit of money, but I ended up with more money to boot than what I spent. So worked out really nice for me. So I got a bunch of cigars and a bunch more money to spend on cigars. So anyway, that's all I got for now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.